Hello, hello. I'm Renee McLaughlin, and welcome to tonight's live. And tonight, I'm so excited to share with you what I'm calling our Sleeveless Summer Arms Challenge. So I decided to do an arms challenge because in my Facebook group called T-Tapp Tips and Support, I had posted a very old article that was written up about T-Tapp many years ago, and it was giving us some of the T-Tapp arm exercises. And when I posted that, people were like, I need an arm challenge. I want an arm challenge. So I thought, well, heck, there's obviously some interest. Let's do an arm challenge. And it seems like there's been a lot of excitement. So let's get started. Here's what I want to do to start this. Some of you know T-Tapp, some of you don't. I'm going to be not just doing T-Tapp arms. I'm going to give you just a whole bunch of different arms. These are my whole favorite arm sequences. So some you may recognize and some you won't, but I will detail, as we all know I do, so you'll be able to do plenty of them. Before I start, I want to just share with you a couple little things about the hand movements, because I might call them certain names, and if you don't know what they are, it could be a bit confusing. So the first one is what Teresa Tapp called her mitten hand. So here's a mitten hand, okay? So all your fingers are together, and your thumb is stretching away. And then I'm going to really have you press the tops of those fingers back. So I'll tell you what, when you get yourself into this, woo, baby, you're going to feel it all the way up the arms, okay? So that's your mitten hand. Now, when you get to a mitten hand, for some of the moves, I'm going to call it a bear claw. What does that mean? You're just going to bend the knuckles at the top. Now, you're not crunching in. You're just pulling them there, pulling the knuckles back and stretching the thumbs. And boy, you're going to feel a whole different activation with the bear claw. You're not going to believe the difference that it's all going to feel with just different hand positions. And the last one, we call a jazz hand, because you're going to be spreading those fingers as wide as possible, pinky to thumb. And again, that gets the stretch. And it's really good to release inflammation. And just think, this is actually the end point where all these muscles connect all the way up into the neck. So the hands are really important, just like the feet are. We take a lot of time with feet and hands. They're kind of similar, aren't they? All right, next thing is let's get ourselves into the proper positioning. Okay, so proper position, just putting your feet right underneath your hip ball joints, okay? And you want, so I kind of go like, here's the pelvis, and here are my thigh bones. And you want them in a straight line down to about the middle of your ankles. Don't do it from the knees, because we all have different hip lengths. Sometimes our knees are in, but you want to do it the ankle to there. Legs, toes are straight. I know you can't see my feet, but it doesn't matter. Toes are straight. Then just soften those knees. And now I want you to think about that tailbone. I just want you to pull it down. Okay, we're not tucking under. So I normally have kind of a little bit of a sway back here, and it looks like that. But when I just take my tail and I take it down, it just really gives me much more flat back. I can draw my belly button to my spine, scoop it up a little bit, and now I'm feeling really nice and stable. The next thing that's really important to do is think about it this way. Lift your rib cage up out of your hips. You want to lift that up, 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 up. And just notice when you do that, it's so much better for your posture. And now if you are going to do some walking, you could really swing those legs, because you're not hunched down like this with all this weight into those hips. All right, so once again, we're going to lift that up. And the last thing that I want you to really focus on is the head, especially when you're doing arm work and you're looking up at a camera or down at a camera. Sometimes we're like this. You have to really be careful what you're doing with that neck. So this is my best way of doing it. First of all, you want that chin level to the floor, and then you're going to pull it back, almost like you're giving yourself that ugly double chin. And I want you to feel like you're lifting from the top back of the head. So you can always go not from the very center of your head, but the top back. I like to get myself in position there and then pull. So when you pull, you get that lift, but you also get that chin right in alignment. And when you do, you're going to know because you're just going to feel like really supported from the top of the head, down through the tailbone, down into the ground. You can lift your toes, connect to the ball joint under the big toe, ball joint under the little toe, and at the heel. Just lift. You want all of them down, then drop the toes. You can do a little external rotation. I know that's a lot, right? Just for the stance. But when you're solid there, now you can really get the most out of this arm. All right, you guys, you're ready? Nice to see my friends. Cheryl's on, Carla's on, Margie's on. Woo! Good to see you, girls. Thanks for joining me. All right, so here we go. I want you to think, hand away, I'm in a mitten. Hand away, I'm in another mitten. So my arms are down. I call it like a low V, right? I'm kind of drawing a V there. My fingers are together, and I'm scooping those fingertips back and stretching my thumbs. I'm also lifting up from here. So in this position, we're going to do what we call butterflies. So I just want you to take those thumbs. First of all, just do some little rotations. Now, I'm making them really big to give you an idea. You don't have to make these this big, but when you do it, thinking about doing it from the arm. So you're rotating. You're rotating. And what you're actually doing is you're rotating the whole arm in the shoulder joint, warming it up for all the moves we're going to do. But just that is wrapping those muscles right on around. All right. So then you're there. I want you to take the thumbs and roll them all the way back. Like your palms are basically facing the ceiling. And now you're going to lift a little higher, keep pressing it back, and then drop them down. So you're lifting up like through mud. I want you to reach through those fingertips. And when you drop, I want you to lift your ribs even more. Release. Little butterflies. Release. So you might notice I straighten and lift my ribs as I drop it down and release. Bring it up a little higher and release. And just keep twisting the thumbs back. It's almost like the pinkies are trying to reach up. You should really feel that under the arms and right under the bust right in here. You're really working lats. And let's bring them up just a little higher and drop it to here. And now all the way to the shoulders. Reach those fingers out. Good. Stretch them. And now little butterflies from here. So, you know, we go down, we lift, and a lot of us just go, okay, into here. And we lift and we drop. And we lift and we drop. This time, I want you to really think about activating both down and scoop it like up through resistance. Resist it down, whoop, and resist it up. And resist it down, resist it up. Give me a few more. Resist it. I'm going to go down a little bit further and reach it out to the side. Stretch it down and out to the side. All right, you want to just shake it up a little bit now. I want you to bend those elbows. Give me like 90 degrees right here, okay? And from here, I want you to think elbows forward, twist the lower part of the arm back. And from here, we're going to keep those elbows in and just pull the forearms back. Pull them back. Pull them back. Keep those elbows in. Keep twisting the thumbs back. Oh my goodness, you're really going to feel this top back of arms and in the pecs. Okay, you ready? You're going to pause there. Keep twisting these back. Keep the elbows there. And you're going to come and start to bring those arms up to the shoulders. Now, here's the difference. Right about here, as you bring those forearms up, I want you to think tighten, really squeeze those muscles and bring them just back 90 degrees. And as you bring them up, squeeze those muscles and back up. You can see what you're working because you can watch your muscles or my muscles pop. And so will yours when you're doing these. So bring them up and reach. So the whole time I'm activating everything and back and bring them up. And back. Give me two more. I know you're dying because I'm shaking up and back. Now we're going to change it up slightly. You're going to bring it in. Instead of stopping at 90 degrees, I want you to straighten them all the way down, twist the thumbs back, and reach ribs up. So bend the elbows, squeeze it in, and reach and press. And bring it all the way up, and reach and press. So that's really lengthening those arms out. So you're contracting and you're stretching and reaching. Can you do two more? In. Are you shaking? I'm shaking, girls. and bring it all the way in. But you wanted it. I had to perform and bring it all the way back out. Nice work. All right, now from here, just bring those arms all the way back out from here to the shoulders. Stretch it out. Give me a strong mitten. I'm stretching my thumbs, pressing the fingers back. Now I'm going to roll those arms back, and I'm going to start some little pulses this way. So we did it when we were in a low V. Now we're doing it to here. Reach, and I want you to really tuck the chin, stretch those arms out like fingertip to fingertip. So even though we're not using weights, you gotta really work it. If you really work it, you don't need weights. You know I haven't used weights in about 30 years, and as you can see, I do these all the time. They work. All right, now you're ready. I want you to rotate that arm all the way back so my palms are facing behind me. How about a few little rotations? Now, some of these rotations, if you have some shoulder impingement, might be challenging. If you are in pain, you stop. We never, 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 never work through pain. You'll just know it's not a good move for you, and you pause, and then you continue with a move that you can do. Now, I'm going to begin to bring these arms all the way behind me, okay? All the way. You want to lift up and then do some little pulses in towards each other. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stand here for a second with my tuck under. Notice I'm not doing this. Sometimes when we do bring it back, we tend to bring our rib cage forward. Don't do that. So I'm just reaching my arms up as high as I can, and I'm just doing these little pulses in towards each other. Yes, it's challenging if you're wondering. All right, make the pulse as small as you can. And now I'm going to lift them up higher, and I'm going to draw with my fingertips little circles out and around. So here's what I mean. I'm going to make it a little bigger so you can see, but you want to make them small and keep lifting up because they're going to want to drop. Keep lifting and making them small. Look at the tops of the arms. You can see this is really working. Then you go the other way with the circles and keep lifting because they're going to want to drop. Right about now, you're ready to kill me, I'm sure. I'm ready to kill me. So now we're going to change it up one more time, okay? So from here, I want you to turn so your palms face each other. Give me a bear claw. So you're going to bend those fingers at the knuckle. I want you to untuck and come over to a flat back position. Now, here's my flat back. I'm arching. You're not doing this. Don't let your mid back arch. I mean, like give yourself a curl. I want a nice flat supported back. Now, bend those elbows, and before you go anywhere, you're going to tuck the chin. You want this, right? You want a length from the top back of the head through the sacrum. And now, before you go anywhere, I want you to think shoulder blades slide down your back, and then I want you to give yourself a little back cleavage. Squeeze those shoulder blades in towards the spine, then keep the elbows right there to keep those shoulder blades, and you're going to straighten the arms, stretch out back here, and then give it a bend. And stretch, and give it a bend. And reach it out, and bring it back. Keep squeezing those shoulder blades, engaging the upper back and in. So this is really working, actually full body, keeping that chin tucked, feeling the engagement, all the way up. Can you give me two more? Oh my goodness. Last one, let's pause there. Little up, little up. So keep squeezing shoulder blades, little up, little up, little up. We're going to change it up. I want you to give it a little bit of a bend straight up to the ceiling, then straighten, then up. It's a bend, a straighten, a lift. Bend, straighten, lift. Bend, straighten, lift. You're going to cry. Bend, straighten, lift. Two more. Bend, straighten, lift. Last one. Bend, straighten, lift. Ooh. Yeah, the hard work's done. Shake it all out. Shake it out from the elbow, because that's a lot of work up in the upper arm. You think that maybe you'll get a little bit of length and toning in those arms? You will. Here's my favorite stretch out for that. Bringing an arm up, you're going to take this one under, cross up and around like I'm doing, and then lift the shoulders. Give yourself a hunch. Then press the shoulders down. Reach the elbows away from you and then press them in towards each other. And you are going to get that beautiful stretch right across the top of the shoulders. So good, so good. And doing up and over to the other side. Beautiful. And inhale, hunch. And press them down, reaching the elbows away and towards each other. And then shake those arms out. So that is a really powerful, short sequence, but it will really work. So let me tell you what the rules are. We're going to be little rules this time for this. So here's what I thought would be fun. I'm going to have you do that routine every day if you can, okay? Every day for the next 7 days. Next Tuesday night, same time, same places, I'm going to come back on and I'm going to give you a little bit of a different challenge because we got to change it up a little bit. We're going to re-challenge the muscles in a different way, and you'll be able to do that one for 7 days. So this is going to be at least a 14-day if you can, and then you can pick which ones you like and you can continue on because you'll be getting great results every other day. So here's what I'm going to invite you to do. If you want to do this challenge with me, you can take your measuring tape and go ahead and measure. Now, you can measure however you want to measure, but this is a way that you might find to be simple, easy, and then you can get some consistency, where you just take this to about the middle of the pit, draw down to about 3 inches. You can kind of drop your arm down and see where that 3-inch mark is. Typically, if you go like this with your arm, it's going to be right there. Or you can make a bicep and just kind of take it up and around to there and see where it is, right in that place. So don't make it too tight, don't make it too loose, just wherever it is. So just take that measurement, and then I'm going to invite you to take a picture, a beginning picture, just a little selfie, a beginning picture with your arm like this in a bicep right here. All right. And I want you to hold that measurement in that picture. And then at the end of the 14 days, I will give you, I'm going to do it next Tuesday when I come back, I'll give you an email. I want you to then, at the end, do your measurement and your picture, and you can email both of them to me, and I'll have a special email. And then we will, I'll have a couple of people, just depending on how many people do it, we'll have winners, we'll have prizes, all kind of fun things for this sleeveless summer arm challenge. So how does that sound? So I will make sure that I will post all of that again if I wasn't super clear about all that confusion. All right, who else is in? So Carla's here. And Carla, it sounds like is kind of itchy. I'm so sorry. If you're the one with poison ivy, I feel so bad for you. All right, I'm so silly. I was thinking of the times when we did classes on Zoom and you could see our form. Yeah, well, I'm still doing those classes on Zoom, Carla. So come and join me when you can. All right, I love a challenge, Charmaine. And the prize will be toned arms. You are so right, Carla, that will be. And I might have a few other little things as well. All right, who else is here? Pam's there, Kelly. Thanks, you guys. Margie's ready. I'm going to be looking for your pictures, Margie. Carissa's here. Good work. So you guys, this is a challenge. Just know when you do these, it really is. It's very challenging. They don't look challenging. But here's the thing. As I used to always say when we were just doing T-Tapp, you can, and we would do, say, bicep curls, which we're not doing actually in this particular challenge on this week. But I would say, you can do T-Tapp. You can do a bicep curl, right? Or you can do T-Tapp. You can press it in, squeeze those muscles, reach away, using your whole torso and upper body. So that's how you're going to get the actual results, okay? If you just do them without the stretch and the ribs up and the really tightening, then you probably won't get the same results. So really work it. It's short, but it's very sweet. It's very sweet, and they work. All right, you guys, thanks so much. Thanks for being on, and thanks for all your comments. I can't wait. So I will see you back again next Tuesday, 6 o'clock Eastern, right here. So this is exciting. This is actually the first time that I have been live on YouTube at the same time. So I'm live on YouTube and on my business page, joysofmovement.com, Facebook, and in my Facebook group. So we've got all those places. If you happen to be on my T-Tapp tips group, I will be posting throughout the week, just maybe some little tips and that kind of thing. So if you're on YouTube or on Facebook and you're not in my T-Tapps group, be sure to ask to join if you want some more support with that. All right, thanks so much. Go have a beautiful day and a lovely evening, and I'll see you again next week. Bye, guys.